Hello, 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 everybody. Greetings, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I am Alicia Barney Matahari, the Heart Whisperer. Returning subscribers, I'm delighted to have you back. Thank you for stopping by. Drop-ins, newcomers, regulars, it's lovely to have you. So welcome to you also. It truly is an honor and a privilege to read your energy and to read your cards. So thank you for sharing your energy and your time. Thank you for the likes and the comments. And I am so beyond appreciative to have you all here. I just want to say a big shout out to each and every one of you. So I'm filming this around Easter 2026, and those of you who are into astrology, which I'm sure a lot of you are, will know that this time is there's a lot of shifts happening astrologically at the moment. And in honor of that, I wanted to take a look at what is the trajectory of your ancestral line due specifically to not only your incarnation on this planet, but how you've shown up, how you've made decisions, and what you have done as you in this lifetime. And what is the significance of that going forward to your ancestral line? So I thought that would be fun. It's kind of almost like a futuristic Akashic reading, if that makes sense. So we have 3 piles today. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And just a disclaimer, if you're coming to this at a later time, it's still a timeless reading. It will still apply. That's the intention that I'm setting for this reading. However, the energies of this time will be infused in the reading, and it's like there's rocket boosters to energy at this time. And actually, speaking of rocket boosters, earlier in the week, not so many days ago, the Artemis expedition left from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida and was going on a information fact-finding mission around the moon, a manned spacecraft. So that's interesting. So I'm feeling like a lot of people on this channel are frontier people, and I'm hearing that song in my head, Frontier Psychiatrist by, I think it's Groove Armada. It's an oldie, but it's actually kind of, it's just popped into my head. So that's a confirmation that we've got some really, I want to say, groundbreakers here, trend setters. Like, you guys are coming up with trends that people haven't even thought about yet. Anyway, that being said, I am going to get into the piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Do your thing, and I will meet you at your pile. Timestamps will be below in the description box, and I will pin them in the comments also. So, thank you. Hello, pile number 1. You picked, well, everything was blank. So I just you picked number 1. So the way I'm going to look at this is we're going to look at your oracle cards, and I pulled 2 cards for kind of where your ancestral line is coming from and where it's going. And then we'll pull some tarot to go deeper into the message. So first up, oh, beautiful. You've got compassion. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and to be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. Beautiful. And I mean, you can't miss the heart chakra energy that's happening here. And then at the edges, we've got higher heart. And at the center, we've got higher heart with that turquoise. So really, really big heart activation energy you're bringing into your family line. Wow. He of the fiery sword. So this is pure, I want to say pure, raw, divine, masculine energy. It's really reminding me of Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael is said to be, the highest of all the archangels, closest to God. He leads with the blue light is synonymous with Archangel Michael. So we've got a truth. We've got, with the heart chakra energy, we've got discernment as well. And heart is also the element of air. So we've got a lot of wisdom, heart wisdom coming through. So I'm going to put these in the middle, actually. So the energy that your family is coming from is This is interesting because it's the magician, which is mercurial, which is also air energy. But the magician has mastery, higher wisdom, mastery over all of the elements, earth, wind, fire, and water. Fantastic. I'm already getting a picture for you, but I want to keep going. And it's reminding me of mercurial energy. It's reminding me of blue. It's also reminding me of truth. It's also reminding me of trickster and Gemini. And this is interesting because we see a lot of mirroring here happening. And then the energy that you're moving into, or you're taking your family, wow, is strength. Beautiful. Straight away, I'm seeing 8 hands. I'm seeing the eyes here, those with eyes to see and ears to hear. Look at the light that's coming off of her fingers. The 8 arms is reminding me of the goddess Durga. And she was made actually from the Godhead, from Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva. And she was incarnated, or she was brought about to slay the demon, because they couldn't individually do it. So what was needed was the feminine element. So you're folding back into your family line going forward, and what you've been instrumental in bringing into in this incarnation is bringing back the feminine and bringing it as a feminine. And Eris is really strong at the moment. And I was listening to something earlier, and Eris, I forget what they call it, but it's something, it's beyond Neptune. But Eris is the feminine energy who will not be silenced. She's like the cousin of Chiron, who was the original shaman, the original alchemist, and the original medicine man. So you're really bringing back this harmony, and it's reminding me of the Garden of Eden. We talked about this in a reading, oh God, probably a couple of months ago, of before the feminine and the masculine energy split, which is kind of what the Garden of Eden alludes to or talks about, but it's actually been quite distorted by, let's say, Christianity and Catholicism. And that's what it's reminding me of here, is that I feel like you could be descended from, I'm getting ancient Egypt for you, I'm getting Atlantis. So the magician, it's really giving me very strong masculine energies. It's now reminding me of Dune. And remember, in Dune, you had the Space Guild, and they were very strong scientists, and they were kind of the masculine line. And then you had the Bene Gesserit order, who were the intuitors. They followed all those gifts. But what started off as something beautiful, and what started off with good intentions, over time kind of solidified and calcified into an institution that became more interested in power and control and in ruling the universe than in actually living in harmony with natural law. And then that's why Paul Atreides, why he was so powerful, because he was able to, any man who drank the bile of the worm like perished, but he was able to drink it and survive. So he had very strong feminine and he had very strong masculine. And that's you. He is the Kwisatz Haderach, I'm hearing. Oh my gosh. So you are the Paul Atreides of your line, which just signifies this beautiful alchemy of a reawakening of the feminine and the strength. So when you think about the strength, she's holding, like, she's got her hands over her heart here as well. And we've got compassion, and we've got 8. So that's also reminding me of 8-8, Lionsgate. So we have got a lot of fire, spirituality, and then we've also got a lot of heart energy, which again we said was air. But in order to get up to the heart, you need to have balance in your lower chakras, which would be your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus, in order to be able to stand strong, to be strong and to be in your power and to use your power wisely. We've got discernment here again. You have to have balance, and you also have to have a commitment to working with natural law, not for yourself. And this magician is really giving me the idea of duality. So coming from forgetting that we're incarnate souls, and that yes, on planet Earth we have 3D, but we are one of unity consciousness. I am you and you are me. And then 4 is also reminding me of the Emperor, which is Aries energy, which is very synonymous with Easter, which is, it always follows, Easter is a movable holiday. It always follows the equinox after Easter, I believe, or something. Wow. So straight out the gate, you have the High Priestess, you have the Star. This is the Egyptian Brotherhood of the Light Tarot. I love this deck. You have the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Coins. You have the 7 of Wands, the 3 of Cups, 7 of Coins, and we'll take one more, Spirit. Okay, and the Hanged Man. Beautiful. So the Hanged Man, this is interesting. So we're moving from the age of Pisces to Aquarius. And of course, the Hanged Man is Pisces energy, which is really interesting. And the cards are really saying that you're very guided. You're very, like, you have the 2 pillars here. It's card number 2, but it's the High Priestess, and she lives by intuition. It's very highly guided. You're very protected by your guides, but you also probably had to move through this incarnation a lot using your feminine energies, which I'm getting for you in your family line. These energies were suppressed, were disrespected, were disregarded, which is really standing out with the themes of, like, Eris is that she's kind of like Lilith energy. She will not be silenced. She will not be told what to do. She doesn't care if you're her best friend or not. She's going to speak her truth. And we've got truth here reiterated again. And then the High Priestess, she's a living embodiment of truth. Absolutely. And by the moon orbits the sun. It's a satellite energy. And that brings me back to the Garden of Eden. When Eve was the first to be tempted away, why was she the first to be tempted away? Not because it's not about man and woman. It's about the fact that she was the satellite energy. She was the feminine energy, the moon energy orbiting the sun. And somewhere along the way, your family line, your ancestral line, had these beautiful magical gifts. And you could be of, when we talk about the fallen angels, we're talking about before male and female energies were split, before they became masculine and feminine. And then the Maya came in, and there was this, the flesh is weak, but the soul is strong. I know I'm butchering that. I'm sorry. I'm kind of channeling a little bit as well as reading the cards. But there was somewhere that the lust for planet Earth, for the pleasures, was overriding. And somehow the heart got cut off. And what you want is, you want the mind and the heart to be in coherence. They need to be moving together, not working against each other. And I feel like you incarnating into this family really signified the reconnection, the reintegration, the realignment of mind and heart through truth, and the strength that you needed to embody, to come in with, in order to be able to do that. I'm not saying that you're a Leo by any manner of means. You might be, because we have the Star here. And the Star is reminding me of, not only have you brought healing and its wishes fulfilled. Second star to the right, a dream is a wish that the heart makes. And we have the butterfly for transformation. You're turning this. We have 3 of cups. 3 signifies a turning point. So your work, your commitment, defensiveness here, you may have had many people against you in a family that was against. It might have been a misogynistic family. Maybe they only valued or appreciated talents like the STEM subjects or the STEM skill set, and they disregarded the compassion, the art, the heart, the literature, all of those other things that, love, that made it worth being alive for. You brought back into this family line, back into this ancestral line, through your work, through your diligence, through standing in your power while many were against you, being a northern light to them, operating by faith and not by sight, to partner once again with spirit, to bring a turning point, and now to rebuild something else from a different perspective. You have literally turned this ancestral line in a new direction by, I'm hearing the phrase, born to hang. But it could be through you being you embodying your masculine and your feminine, however you show up in the world, whatever it is you decide to be, whatever you decide to experience, whatever you decide, whatever you don't decide. Every decision is a decision. Not to make a decision is a decision. Being alive is something to be honored, cherished. And it doesn't mean that every living, waking moment is going to be one of fun. It's not going to be all pleasurable, but you do understand the limitations of the mind. You do understand the strength of the soul. You are very, very, very connected to the angelic realm. You have big, big energy, and you have big, big supporters with you on the other side. And that's leading me to think that maybe you don't have much support here, or haven't had much support in this incarnation. But I feel like it's turning for you, because this is very much a turning point, not only in your ancestral line, but this is in the humanity of history. I feel like we'll be looking back in 100 years, and there will be like, at this time, history took a big swing in the direction of re-embracing knowledge that they had lost. I'm getting steampunk for this time in history, and I feel like you're really a pioneer of that for your family line, but also for humanity in general. I'm really feeling like you could be descended from Atlantean, and you could have strong ties to Egyptian. I'm seeing also medicine men and women. I'm seeing like the Americas. I'm seeing Celtic. Like, you've been around, whoever you are, in such a beautiful way. You've had some really important, crucial impacts, not only in your own ancestral line, but also in humanity. And everybody is part of humanity, and everybody is part of spirit. And I am you, and you are me, and everyone is part of unity consciousness. But I really feel like you might have been part of the rescue mission that came down to rescue the fallen angels and really bring them back online. And that could be a huge part of your life, the huge impact of this incarnation that you've had on this planet. And I'm hearing the stereo MCs get connected. Something ain't right. Gonna get myself connected. I ain't gonna be blind. So you've awakened. You've been a lighthouse. One of the star cards in one of my decks is a lighthouse. And this is reminding me of just the transformation you have gone from. I'm seeing the Wizard of Oz where it goes from black and white to Technicolor. You have you've turned the light back on in the hearts of this family line. What once started out as good became corrupted, and you have come along to really, especially in this lifetime, whatever you have done, whoever you have been, whoever you have loved, whoever you have lost, whoever you've said yes to, whoever you've said no to, however you have navigated this incarnation, you are the heart of this ancestral line at this time. And I'm hearing a beating heart. I'm feeling the heartbeat right now. Ta-dunk, ta-dunk, ta-dunk. Oh, wow. And I'm literally seeing a heart right now. Like, I mean, yeah, not the pretty one. I mean, of course it's pretty, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm actually seeing a human heart, which is beautiful. So I'm going to leave it there, pile number 1. This is really beautiful energy. Congratulations. I feel like you have beautiful energy coming in, because apparently right now this is quite a transformative time, and going forward things are really going to speed up and take off in a direction, and you have laid such a beautiful foundation for yourself. I look forward to, and if you feel inclined to want to share in the comments, I'd love to hear, especially, you know, kind of even in 6 months time or a year's time, how this unfolded for you. But I know it's going to be hard to come back to the reading. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, pile number 1. You take care, and I'm sending you lots of blessings. Bye. Oh, and if you're not subscribed and you feel called to subscribe, I hope you will consider it. Okay, bye. Hello, pile number 2. You chose the second pile. So I'm going to look at your oracle cards. What I did was I picked 2 oracle cards for you, and we're going to pick one energy for the energy that your family line is moving away from, and your ancestral line, and the energy that it's moving forward towards in relation to this incarnation, and how your incarnation is impacting this. So first we have coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. I'm laughing because I was literally talking about that in pile 1, so I don't know if there's messages for you in pile number 1. Oh, wow. And we have the Guardian of the Gate, and in pile number 2, we had card number 4. This is the Fairy Oracle deck from Brian Froud. Which is interesting. I was watching The Dark Crystal, and I noticed on the credits that, and I mean, that's an oldie. I remember seeing it as a child, but it's a Jim Henson movie, but it's an oldie from back in 1980, whatever, something, I don't know, like 40 or 50 years back, however far back that is. But Brian Froud apparently was the concept designer on that. So I don't know what a concept designer is in terms of a movie, but very interesting. So isn't that synchronistic? So maybe there's some messages for you in that movie. The energy that your family, your ancestral line is moving away from as a result of your incarnation is the Hermit. Interesting. And the energy that they're moving towards is the Lovers. Interesting, because they're both mercurial energies. The Lovers is Gemini and the Hermit is Virgo. And both Gemini and Virgo are ruled by Mercury. Isn't that interesting? And the Guardian of the Gate, that's like this pure feminine energy. And the heart and the mind, they're both masculine energies, and Mercury is masculine energies as well. But what actually is really standing out to me is that we're going from Hermit to the Lovers. So we're going from individual singularity to pairs and the Lovers is a card of choice. So I'm getting partnership, and this talking about being in coherence with the mind and the heart is somewhere along the way, I feel like there was a selfishness that crept into your family line where other was not considered. So maybe a strong sense of emotional imbalance or abandonment or codependence or something was something that became a signature or hallmark of your family line, for example. We'll pull some tarot and we'll go a little bit deeper and see what comes up for sure. I'm also getting I'm really getting relationship wise as well, emotionality as well, because discernment would speak to, and discernment is giving me the heart and the mind. So it's using your mind in a wise way, applying wisdom. Who you partnership with is very important, not only in the family that you build and the children that you have, but also in business, in your community. Like it means everything, doesn't it? Who you keep in your close circle. And I'm seeing now Judas betraying Jesus. Oh wow, we have devil. The world, turning point for sure. 8 of Cups, walking away under the moon. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? Prince song, Batman. 10 of Cups, wow. 2 of Cups by the Lovers. 4 of Swords. And we'll take one more. 7 of Swords. Interesting. I'm hearing Roadrunner, the coyote is after you. Roadrunner, if he catches you, you're through. So I feel like as a result of your incarnation, you're bringing immense healing to your family, to your ancestral line. I feel like there was how do I want to put it? A fear of going within, at looking at the shadow within, which really prevented healthy choices being made, which really prevented like a fear. I'm feeling like your family line was gripped in fear. And maybe this could be anything from fear of abandonment to fear of poverty to fear of being ostracized out of the community, fear of being left, fear of being exiled. And right centering your reading, you've got the 10 of Cups. So you are the whole kit and caboodle. You are the whole, you're able to be everything for yourself. And when I say be everything for yourself, I mean you're able to balance and harmonize. You're able to emotionally regulate. You're able to be your own counsel. But you're also able to take on, like work with a partnership, go and seek guidance. And you're able to filter that through your own guidance system, through your own body. Emerson said, stand guardian at the portal of your mind, or stand guard at the portal of your mind. I feel like you've had to be really discerning. You may have suffered what the family was afraid of, being abandoned or being exiled or having to walk away from a toxic family who could not show you the love. I'm getting from the World card that maybe I'm getting very worldly, a move away from the spiritual. And if you look at devil is lived backwards. So being tempted by materialistic is the word I was trying to find. So being tempted by materialism, investing into materialism over a more broader, holistic view of abundance and prosperity, and losing heart and becoming bound and attached by, and becoming burned by this desire to have, the fear of being afraid I'm seeing it as chains of fire, like chains of fire around your ancestors. Maybe they came from, for example, they could have came from a history of slavery where they were literally slaves, where they were literally not able to have freedom. And in order to have freedom, they needed to have financial emancipation. They needed to be able to build up wealth in order to be able to make decisions and have their own. But somewhere along the way, this got corrupted, and they walked away from intuition. They walked away from some of the, perhaps even naivete. I'm actually seeing the Page of Cups in my mind, that innocence, and you can only judge people by you can only really judge people by your own experience. And that's why gnosis is so important. Like, experience teaches. You can read about it in a book, but until you felt it through your body, until you've experienced it, it's very difficult to project that out into the world, because you're much more likely to take people at their word until you have either betrayed or been betrayed, or unless somebody teaches you that people betray. So you might have come from a family where betrayal and playing games with each other was the norm in order to get what they want. There could have been a very competitive one man upship in the family. I'm also getting from this that you're bringing back the true 10 of Cups. It might have looked like a great family from the outside, family after family, and I'm seeing the Godfather in my head. Like, they had a lot of money, and they had a lot of, the family looks after the family and all that kind of stuff. But it came at a very high price. You didn't get to leave the family. You didn't get to make choices of your own. You did what the family said. So I'm getting very strong, devil energy, like really liberating your family line from materialism, coming back to the 2 of Cups, coming back to like loving relationships, coming back to making healthy decisions about who to partner with, coming back to healing in the family, recognizing that people hurt, and it's okay to hurt, that it's safe to hurt, and that it's safe to share that, being in company where you can share that. And the 7 of Swords, I'm getting for this, not the deception, that it's the deception, it's safe to share the secrets and to bring it out into the light of day. It's safe to come out of the caves, that we're not going to live in the shadows anymore going forward. We're going to live in the light of truth. And I'm getting the guardian of the gate here. I'm getting, you're liberating this ancestral line from deception and being afraid to look at the truth, being afraid to talk about how we feel, being afraid to show weakness, being afraid to show 10 of Cups, because also if you're showing weakness, you could be a target, but also if you're showing strength and happiness, you might experience jealousy and envy and one-upmanship and just somebody trying to put your light out as well. So I feel like you've really had to navigate a lot of these energies, and I'm seeing, footsteps in the desert. That is, and it's reminding me of when Jesus went into the desert for 40 days. And of course, I'm filming this around Easter. So you may have had to go off into solitude in order to be able to bring this forth, to be able to really find coherence in yourself between your own heart and your own mind, to be able to free your mind. And I'm hearing that En Vogue song, free your mind and the rest will follow. And to be able to First of all, be a lover to yourself. And then the lotus flowers is really reminding me of partnering with the divine. And they say that, don't they? When you're in relationship, when you're in a healthy relationship, it's not the other person you love necessarily. I mean, it is, but it's also what lights up in you when you're with that person. And rather than consuming a relationship, you're relating in a relationship. You're both giving, so you're both receiving. So bringing balance and harmony back into relationships. And of course, everything is a relationship. We have a relationship with ourselves. We have a relationship with money. We have a relationship with nature. We have a relationship with our career. We have a relationship with our community. We have a relationship with the divine. And everything is divine. So you're really bringing back that healthy energy back into how to show up and how to relate. And this is huge for this family line. You're basically, as a result of your incarnation and the choices that you've made, choice card, and the decisions that you've made, 2 is 2 of cups. 2s can often signify decisions. Because of how you have navigated this lifetime, this incarnation, you are a turning point. Now, it doesn't mean that, I'm being reminded of that quote. I think it was it Gandhi? It was like, be the light, be the change that you want to see in the world. You can be the change that you want to see in the world, but it doesn't mean that the people around you are A, going to like it, B, going to accept it, and C, going to follow your lead. You might have had to move away from people who refuse to change, and they get that choice. We all get that choice. We all get free will. I believe in your right to be the a-hole, but I don't have to stay in a relationship with you. And also, this is something that's come up for me quite strongly recently, is you hurting me, you perpetrating excruciating pain upon me wanting you to feel the consequences of that, me wanting you to feel bad about that, me wanting you to feel remorse about that, it's still about me. It's not until I can take myself away from that situation. It's not that I don't care. It's that I see that that's where you are in your journey. You have not got the skill set or the will to do that at this point. Guess I'll see you next lifetime. I'm hearing that Rumi, be out right and wrong, there is a field, I'll meet you there. It's this permission to leave things that damage and hurt us because people are attached to a version of us that we used to be. So you're leading by example. You're the living example of this. So I want to pull a couple of other cards for you, because I feel like this pile in particular, very emotionally intense, very tumultuous, very solitary battles, actually. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. We've got the peacemaker through inner peace, resolving ancient splits. Whoa. Oh, my gosh. These just fell out. Rainbow child. Wow. Unstoppable new earth builder, multi-talented, miraculous alchemy, and cosmic self. You are a cosmic being. Stay confident in your truth. And I feel like this is just really confirmation that you were the rainbow child sent in to be, I don't want to say the sacrificial lamb, but that might have been perpetrated upon you at times, but emotionally intense. You have a lot of help, guidance on the other side, in other realms that have been with you all. That have been with you all the way. On a soul level, on an energetic level, and I'm even seeing this as a lotus at the throat. You've known the truth all along. I'm sure, I don't know where you are in your journey, and I don't know what your gifts are, but I feel like as a little kid, you probably were very bright, could have been called precocious, but also you might have shared your gifts with family members, and you might have been shut down, because it seems to me like this family was very concerned with appearances rather than truth. And someone who came in who would have been very connected to spirit, who maybe could tell you things about other family members that you wouldn't have known had you not had downloads, look at the crown of crystals here. Had you not been connected. And it might have scared your family, because I feel like they had these gifts and they were awakened in you, but they let them go dormant because they got overly concerned with materialism, and they forgot who they were. And I'm seeing here Simba and the Lion King, remember who you are. And I feel like you brought that remembrance back, and that is the truth. And this gold is giving me just highly spiritual. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there, pile number 2. Thank you very much. And if you feel called to subscribe, I would love that. I will be over the moon, and I hope to see you at another reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Let's take a look at your oracle cards. And then I picked 2 major arcana, one for where your ancestral line is coming from and where your ancestral line is going as a result of your incarnation and how you have navigated it. So, change. Oh, we like that. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Beautiful. The singer of courage. Wow. The energy that your family is leaving is the Hanged Man. And the energy that your ancestral line is going towards is the High Priestess. I'm noticing we've got 12-12 here. And it's interesting because we're leaving the age of Pisces, which is Hanged Man energy, and we're going back to the age of Aquarius, which is the second month. Well, February is synonymous with Aquarius, but it's also the second month of the year. Pisces is March, which is 3, but you know, go with it. But 12, 1 and 2 is actually 3. So that's kind of interesting, 2 to 3. And then change. So we're going from Hanged Man. In its lower aspects, it would be more maybe resisting change and refusing to see a new perspective. It didn't come out in reverse, but we're kind of talking about where we want to go. Or maybe it could be synonymous with we live in an upside down world. Maybe your family just has been living, your ancestral line has been living bass backwards for many millennia. And you are the winds of change to drive that forward. And your tarot cards seem to be suggesting that. So you're leading. And what's also interesting about this is signifying just that, I suppose, the negative aspects of patriarchy, and then the reawakening of the feminine energies and the esoteric. And absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. And people are becoming more open to tarot, to the esoteric as a mainstream. Whereas I guess since the Industrial Revolution particularly, it's really been almost looked down upon and not valued and really diminished in value. You've got a lot of Wands energy. Wow. And we've got the moon under the high priestess. Interesting. Okay. So you are a firecracker. And I'm seeing this as being like just a burning sun. Like you brought so much energy into this world. I'm also really drawn to the round, but also the square. And I'm hearing that square peg in a round hole. So that could have been you. You could have been like, but why can't we do it a different way? Why can't we have a new perspective? Why do we have to do things the same way? Why do we have to stay stuck? I think I know a better way. I don't know how I know. I just know and I want to try it. And the singer of courage. So that's really giving me very strong throat chakra energy, which is self-esteem, which is intuition, which is truth, which is communication. You could have been termed a precocious child. You could have spoke truth when, you know, that phrase out of the mouths of babes. You might have, your parents might have been, oh my gosh, I wish she wouldn't, or I wish he wouldn't say, you know, say things because it makes us look a certain way because we want to control the narrative. And it may not be specific to your parents. It could happen in, you know, in work. It could happen in your intimate relationships. It could be, I just get this energy that people wanted to control what you were saying and how you were saying it. That your throat chakra was attacked, your confidence was attacked, your self-esteem was attacked, how you communicated was attacked. You could have had just so much energy and brightness and creativity. And also I'm getting channeling as well. You could have been someone who used to move or sing a lot, and they were like, well, I'm getting that children should be seen and not heard. And maybe you needed to move, or maybe you needed to operate in a different way than what was accepted in your family to observe. And maybe you needed to commune with your guides to know how you felt, to process things. And maybe that's something that your family just didn't really understand or didn't accept. And I'm also getting that it could have really impacted the career that you chose. And you might have been like a fish out of a square peg in a round hole, a fish out of water in a lot of areas of your life for a lot of time, because what you wanted to do was not really accepted, even though you were following your intuition and you were looking at things through a different perspective. Like, I'm just getting a lot of pushback and a lot of resistance against you. You're fiery as well. I feel like, though, you brought in some, real change. This is the Eight of Wands. It's one of the fastest, most dynamic cards in the deck. We've got the Temperance card here. This is alchemy. There's a pyramid in the background. There's wings of fire here. So you being able to temper your own energy, be the adult in the room, being able to just have, and I'm hearing from Dune. She was born of Alia, the little sister, because Jessica drinks the bile of the water of life, the bile of the worm when she's with child. And Jessica is born with all of the gifts and wisdom of a reverent mother. So I'm feeling like you had a lot of power, and I feel like it might have scared people when you were younger. You have the Ace of Wands. Look, you have lightning. You're a firecracker. You were able to really bring truth. I'm getting truth from this, but you were really able to be a light in the dark. I'm seeing this is all nighttime. I mean, this is showing nighttime. There's a lot of darkness in these cards. I feel like you were a fire. You were a light to situations that you were born into, your family, where you went to work, where you went to school, maybe the culture you were in, the community. And I never noticed this before, actually, in this King of Wands. This is the vice versa deck. This snake around the tree here. I feel like you really had to be strong in your own fire. Be so connected to spirit, be strong in your truth, and really just not let people gaslight you. We've now got the Knight of Swords, which is the Knight of Wands, I'm sorry. And the Knight, we've got this bushel and we've got a phoenix here. So you may have, you know, been ended a couple of times in terms of having people destroy what mattered to you. Your self-esteem. You're being projected over, like I'm getting body shamed, slut shamed, just really attacking you for things that they didn't understand. And you having to phoenix, like to become the phoenix, to, you know, bring yourself back to life over and over and over again. And I'm hearing like, why won't they stay down? How do they keep getting back up? Oh my gosh, this is crazy to me. Like, I feel like you were really attacked over and over again. I'm seeing in this moon card as well that we have a crab here. So that's giving me Cancer energy. So you might have had, you know, a mother who just was competitive with you, or who, it's giving me a certain mother in the culture right now who was on this privacy thing, but now seems to be kind of monetizing the children. There's a lot of talk about this mother only favoring one child and not the other. Don't even know why I'm thinking about this. But what it's reminding me of is that kind of mother, when you're young and cute, that kind of mother will see you as an accessory, perhaps. As long as they're getting mileage, as long as they're getting social capital out of having this cute, amazing, like mini me, the minute you become competition, claws are out. And I'm seeing the claws here on the crab. So I feel like you might have had a very competitive mother. I'm also seeing the bodyguard as well. And it wasn't the mother, it was the sweet sister. Remember that movie from way back when with Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston? And she had this, you know, stalker who was sending these horrible things. It turned out to be like the sweet sister. You have everything and I have nothing. So I'm getting that you've experienced a lot of like mean girls, a lot of mean girl behavior. It didn't always have to come from women, but I'm getting that you had a lot of like frenemy energy around you. A lot of mean girl energy, a lot of psychological warfare against you. And you've been very connected to spirit all along. So I feel like a lot of these people might have been, you know, things might have fallen apart because you're so committed in your heart to where you're going. You're kind of like looking around going, I don't understand why things are not working out for me. I don't understand why I can't, like, I go to these, for example, I go to these manifestation things and I'm watching so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, and they just manifest X, Y, and Z. But you don't realize all of the hidden enemies that were against you and plotting against you, gang stalking you, but psychologically behind the scenes. Oh my goodness, I do not like this energy. But you have navigated it with courage. You have been willing to change. You looked at the things in yourself that you needed to change, but I feel like you took on way too much of the blame because of the people that you were around. And I feel like you were very heavily projected on. And of course, the moon card is the moon reflects the sun, and the moon orbits the sun. So people didn't want you to leave. They wanted you to be their moon. They wanted to feed off you, even though you were the sun all along. Wow. Oh my gosh. Pile number 3. I am so sorry. You have been through the depths. You have been to HE double hockey sticks and back. I can feel it in the cards. And then what you have brought is the sword of truth. You have brought truth. You have brought divinity. You have brought courage. You have brought an ability to alchemize change. You have brought the truth of spirituality, creativity. You've had to be creative to avoid these traps that have been set for you. And you are being released. It's around about Easter 2026. And we're starting a new 30-year cycle. I can't tell you how I know this. I just watch a lot of astrology stuff. And I'm at the stage where I'm just like, there's no way I can remember all of these details. I just know that my body understands it. My higher mind understands it. I'm taking it in. My subconscious is doing its thing. And I am just going to tap into my intuition. I am going to listen to my body. I'm going to chop wood, carry water, and move forward. And I feel like that's how you've had to be your whole life. But the Knight of Swords, one of the fastest moving, look, you've got the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Two really fast moving energies. And I feel like that's really changing for you and for your ancestral line. But you are the head. You are the leader of the pack. You are the frontier person. You are not the person who, took the road less traveled. You're the one who went into the forest with the machete and you created the road. There wasn't a road there. You are the road. Beyond cycles. Wow. You're very connected to the dragons. You are very connected to Mother Gaia through the water planets. Very intuitive. Very intuitive. Water might be very significant for you. Heart of Ascension. Lemurian origin, flow, timeless, adaptable, free, take your time. Yeah, I think you've probably had to really, I'm getting a fox energy, had to really think on your feet. And bat energy, fly, kind of see in the dark. And now you can slow down a little bit. Now you can rest a bit. Now you can swim with the dolphins. Now you can play. Dolphins are really synonymous with play. Now you'll have time to create, because I get a very creative energy from you, but I feel like you haven't had time to just indulge in your creativity, indulge in who you are, indulge in your, the beauty that is your essence. Wow. Now I'm coming out of that energy that you've been through, that you've navigated this ancestral line to. And now I'm coming into your energy, which is it's beautiful. And I'm getting, oh, wow. Beyond cycles, find and embrace yourself, new direction, releasing old patterns. I feel like you've done that already. And now is the time where you're kind of seeing what that's going to look like. Heart of Ascension, expansion beyond love for all, playfulness, release the past. I feel like you have really released the past. Elders. You are an elder and your elders are with you. Spiritual mentoring, equality, stability, wisdom, experience, counsels. If you're not already, and we have the whale here, which is echoing this, if you're not already in connection with, guides and guidance on the other side, I feel like if you, now that you don't have like 1,000 people coming for you in different ways, you will be able to settle your nervous system. You will be able to connect in, and you will really be able to connect with whoever it is that you want to connect with. And if you're not somebody who already astral travels or astral projects or remote views, I feel like if that's something that you want to get into, that is absolutely on the cards for you. I can see you channeling. I feel you're very highly psychic. You are an elder to this to this ancestral line. Absolutely. Wow, pile number 3. Your energy is so powerful. It's so beautiful. It's also so pure. It's so loving. Wow. And so strong. You're all the things, pile number 3. I'm so happy for you that you're out of this, that you're out of this cycle, and I'm so proud of you that you've led your ancestral line out of this cycle also. So I'm going to leave it there, pile number 3. Thank you for stopping by. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing if you feel called to it all. And I hope to see you at another reading. So take care. Bye.